Hey everyone, it's Luke here from LT Gaming and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at another 6 Forgotten Wargames. And this particular list has a naval flavour, something that's always very popular on the channel, and of course this week we had the release of Sea Power, Naval Combat in the Missile Age, a truly interesting title that should develop through early access. Now, let's state this right from the start. As always with these forgotten lists, whether it's space sims or war games, we're not saying these games are totally forgotten. They just have a very small player base and they're gems that we like to bring to the attention of the viewers of LT Gaming. Ultimately, the plan for these is to bring you a big compilation list at the end of the year for both space sims and war games. Super excited to do that. Or go and check out all the other videos in the series. I'll drop a link to the playlist below. Naval warfare games are a unique breed in the world of wargaming, immersing players in high-stakes battles across vast oceans and intense strategic encounters. This edition of Forgotten Wargames is all about those hidden naval gems that deserve a spot in any strategy fan's collection. From ancient Rome to standoffs in World War II and naval clashes in the Cold War, these games may not be the newest, but they're definitely worth your attention if you're itching for some oceanic warfare. Let's dive into 6 forgotten naval wargames that you should rediscover in 2024. And kicking off the list today, we have War on the Sea, which transports players to the Pacific theatre of World War II, putting them at the helm of naval forces during the heated struggle for the Solomon Islands in 1942. In this game, players can command the Allies or Imperial Japan, balancing troop transport, supply routes and naval dominance. Featuring real-time naval combat, a dynamic campaign and tactical aircraft control, the game offers a deep dive into historical naval warfare with plenty of tension and strategic decision-making. The game really stands out for its immersive historical simulation with over 50 classes of playable ships and missions inspired by real naval battles which bring authenticity to the overall experience. The dynamic campaign layer provides endless replayability as players plan troop movements, fleet positioning, and resource management. Now, the main downside with this title is I think it's not just been forgotten by the players, I think the developers forgotten about it. There hasn't been that many updates since it was released, and overall, it feels like it's never going to reach its full potential. Despite this, there's still a good and enjoyable, compelling game here for enthusiasts of naval strategy, with that blending of real-time combat and historical authenticity. Just don't ever expect it to be truly finished, and look, that's a really great shame. It's rated 77% mostly positive overall and is also playable on the Steam Deck, but maybe I need to add a new section as honestly I'm considering getting a Legion Go. If you do have one of those, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Moving onwards, we have Fleet Commander Pacific, which offers a grand strategic perspective on the Pacific theatre of World War II, simulating the naval conflict from 1941 to 1945. With a streamlined yet rich turn-based system, players can take command of either the Allied or Japanese navies, engaging in battles, air raids, and strategic invasions across the Pacific. The game combines historical detail with accessible mechanics appealing to both casual wargamers and historical enthusiasts. The main pros of this title are its comprehensive scope, strategic depth, and that historical accuracy, with faithful ship sketches, 3D models, and historical photographs all helping to immerse you in the experience. However, the title does have some simplified mechanics that some players might find a little straightforward, and there is a limited visual appeal with this one. For fans of naval warfare, however, Fleet Commander Pacific delivers a solid mix of history and strategy in a turn-based format. Its balance of accessibility and depth make it a strong choice for players looking to relive the monumental maritime battles of World War II. It's rated 77% mostly positive on Steam. Coming up next, we have 688i Hunter Killer, which is a high-fidelity submarine simulation developed by Sonalis. Now, I say high fidelity, it came out in 1997, so don't hold that against me, but Sonalis are a defense contractor specializing in real-world naval training systems. Offering unparalleled realism, players take command of a Los Angeles class, oh no, it's that word again, nuclear, submarine, nuclear, I don't know, I tried my best, but anyway, you know what I mean, to complete a variety of challenging missions. From mastering sonar systems to commanding a full weapon suite, this game demands precision and tactical thinking, making it a staple for fans of naval warfare simulations. This game is a real gem, and it is a little old because it's from 1997, but it has that authentic gameplay developed by a real-world defense expert, ensuring unmatched realism in submarine operations. There's extensive systems control, which includes over 12 detailed operating stations for a fully immersive experience. There's also real-world data integration, which for the time was pretty advanced. It features accurate ocean depth and terrain, which uses satellite data. Now, I picked this one back up the other day, and it has a really steep learning curve, so that's definitely a con, but I mean, some people are also going to love that. It's just at the moment I've got back into DCS, I'm trying to learn aircraft again, I'm playing Command Modern Operations, Sea Power, some pretty complicated titles, so I'm going to come full circle on this one, and maybe I'll feature it on the channel in the future. It is a truly unique experience, and is rated 78% mostly positive on Steam. Moving ever onwards, we have Mare Nostrvm, which takes players back to the age of galley warfare, immersing them in the turbulent Mediterranean of antiquity. That's like one of the smartest things I've ever said, or it sounded pretty cool, so I'm happy with that. This strategy title combines historical tactics with WeGo mechanics, requiring players to anticipate their opponent's moves in a simultaneous, turn-based system. In this title, you will command iconic ships using weapons of the age. The game challenges players to lead naval squadrons using historical tactics such as ramming, boarding, and grappling. If you're looking for a really unique title based on the Roman period and a naval title, then this really faithfully recreates galley warfare with period authentic tactics and equipment. The WeGo system forces players to think ahead, adding layers of complexity to naval battles. Overall, it's just an excellent hidden gem brought to us by our friends at Slitherine, and I really appreciate them sharing this title with me so I could feature it. Mare Nostrvm is a niche but engaging title that appeals to players who appreciate naval history and in-depth strategy. I think I actually said Mare Nostrvm there, and it's supposed to be Mare Nostrvm, so look, before people get absolutely wild in the comments, I've corrected myself. It's rated 85% positive on Steam, and if you're looking for a very unique naval title, this is the one. Next on the list, we have War over Vietnam, brought to us by the Wargame design studio. Now, of course, this game focuses on the aerial conflicts over Vietnam, but you can use aircraft carriers extensively, and I've really enjoyed this title so much this month that I wanted to share it with you, so I found an excuse to put it on this list. With 28 scenarios spanning a range of sizes and situations, including solo tutorials, hypothetical engagements, and head-to-head matchups, it provides a detailed simulation of one of history's most complex air wars. Players can experience a variety of modes, from AI battles to LAN and internet-based multiplayer. The game also features extensive customization options through scenario and campaign editors, allowing players to tailor their experience. If you want to use aircraft carriers, you can definitely use them here. This game really surprised me. After I did the last Forgotten Wargames list based on Vietnam, I reached out to the Wargames design studio and asked them if I could try this title, and they sent it to me, and I've had an absolute blast. It's quite simple compared to games like Command Modern Operations, but that's the joy of it, and I could jump in to really cool scenarios over Vietnam and use all sorts of different aircraft carriers, and take on the Viet Cong. Really fun. If you're looking to pick up a copy, you won't find it on Steam. You'll have to go to the Wargame Design Studio website, but I'll leave a link to that in the description below, and you can explore all their wonderful wargaming titles. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like button, leave us a comment about what you're thinking, and subscribe to the channel. You can also support LT Gaming by hitting that join button below the video and joining our Discord. Both me and Tom really appreciate all the interaction. And to top this list off, we have a game I've been having a huge amount of fun with this week. It's Fleet Command, which is a real-time naval strategy game that immerses players in the complexities of modern naval warfare. I mean, it's like Sea Power without the flashy graphics. It's also kind of finished, just saying. That was bad of me, but hey, you know, Sea Power's gonna get there, I'm sure. With entire fleets under your control, you'll command everything from frigates to submarines, deploying advanced tactics to dominate international waters. The game features intuitive point-and-click gameplay, a fully 3D environment, though look, don't get excited, it's quite dated, and scenarios based on real-world conflicts, making this an accessible yet strategic title for fans of maritime combat. And look, just going a little off script here, I absolutely love this game. I've had a blast with it this week. I've been playing it on Steam Deck, I've played it on my computer. I never quite got the resolution right, but hey, it's still a wonderful experience all these years later. It's like a really simple command modern operations, and a finished sea power. It's just awesome. My main criticism while playing this though is the unit rosters do feel a little small. It does have most of the main aircraft and ships of the time, however compared to a game like Command Modern Operations, it feels a little bare bones. Overall though, Fleet Command offers an engaging mix of accessibility and realism, perfect for players new to naval strategy or seeking a lighter simulation experience. It's also rated 87% very positive on Steam, so most people tend to agree. And as I touched on earlier, it works perfectly on my Steam Deck. So there we go, LT gamers, we get to the end of another 6 Forgotten Wargames, and this one had a naval flavour, mostly inspired by the release of Sea Power. That game has been really well received, though I think most people understand it needs a successful early access period to really be a contender in this space. I really enjoyed my time with that game, but I definitely see the work that needs to be done on it. I do think though it can be one of the best titles in this genre if they can deliver what they promised. As always, I've absolutely loved making this series. It gets me back into playing the games myself. Most of you understand that the mechanism of Forgotten isn't an insult to these titles, but it's saying, look, come and find these games, they're absolutely brilliant, and you get to enjoy them all over again, or maybe for the first time if you're new to the genre. That's really rewarding for us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff that keeps us growing and moving in the right direction. I've been Luke from LT Gaming, and I'll catch you on the next one.